Are you considering becoming an au pair in Australia? While it can be an exciting opportunity to live and work in a new country, especially surrounded by such beautiful beaches, it's important to weigh the pros and cons before making a decision. And I'm here to break down what you need to know. I've au paired for two families, one in Manly for 2 years and one in Randwick for 6 months. So I have some knowledge to share. You can go watch the day in my life of an au pair video and a couple others that I've made of my living situation there. And while it was a great time and a lot of au pairs like to glamorize their life, there are some drawbacks as well, like everything. One of the biggest pros when you're coming from another country to Australia and being an au pair is the cultural immersion. You'll actually be a part of an Aussie family, living the Aussie life, and you'll feel like you're part of a family as well, which is one of the greatest pros. This means you'll experience local customs, traditions, and lifestyle firsthand. I know I got to be a part of Aussie barbecues that my family used to hold at their house, and also Christmas with their friends, and got to meet a lot of other families through them as well. To see how people live here as a family was a great insight. This can be an incredible opportunity to learn more about Australia and its people, helping you to adapt easily and quickly and feel at home. I know I picked up the Aussie accent as well from that, which was a great perk. But also I got to have local people recommend me things to do as a tourist. When you go on Google, there'll be a lot of touristy things to do, but the ones that you actually need to do are known by locals, and that's what you should refer to. Just like anything, there is a con to that as well, is while you feel like you're part of a family, you will feel homesick. Especially if it's your first time away from home, being away from your closest family and friends, and adjusting to a new environment can be challenging, especially when you're part of their internal world. It can feel like you're not part of your own. It's important to consider how you'll cope with these feelings and stay connected with loved ones back home. But to get you over that, there are other perks, like you'll get accommodation in a lavish area that you would otherwise never be able to live in. You'll get meals with the family. You'll get free travel sometimes, and you'll get pocket money each week for all your au pairing duties. Au pairing can be a cost-effective way to travel and live in Australia. In exchange for childcare and light household duties, you'll receive free accommodation, meals, and a small spending stipend. This allows you to experience life in Australia without the financial burden of rent and food, leaving you with a bit more savings to explore the country during your free time. However, you will receive limited income while you au pair because you are part of the family and the household. The pocket money that you receive every week as an au pair is often minimal and may not cover all your personal expenses or travel plans. Unlike a regular job where you get to keep all your income in an au pairing job is limited, which could restrict your ability to save as much as you want. You don't get to keep all that you worked for because they do provide free accommodation and food for you. So that's why the income can be either divided in half or way less than what you spent working. For example, my pocket money in each job was either 200 or 250 after I worked probably 20 to 25 hours. So that's like $10 an hour, and the minimum wage right now is 23, 24, I believe. So you're getting way less because you get those other perks as well. So make sure you have a clear understanding of your financial situation before committing to an au pairing position. A pro to this is it is quite a wholesome job. You get to build beautiful relationships, and it offers you a unique opportunity to form close bonds with the host family, whether that's the kids or the parents. You'll be part of their daily lives, creating meaningful relationships with both parents and the children. Hopefully you can talk freely with them about anything that you're dealing with, and it's quite a homely bond, so most likely they'll understand a lot of your concerns or emotional situation. These connections can also lead to lifelong friendships and Future opportunities, I'm still really close with my first au pairing family. I still visit them, I see how they're going, they check in with me, and we have this relationship that is continuing and will always care about each other in a way. And hopefully help each other out with anything that we need. I know I will, and I'm pretty sure they would too. And being so close while living with the family, there is a con of lack of privacy. On the downside of living with a host family means you may have less privacy than you're used to. You'll be sharing the living space with others, and it might be challenging to find time and space for yourself or with your friends that you make here. You are part of the same household, so it might be challenging to invite people over and have that downtime just by yourself. So be mindful of that, because you might not have as much privacy as you think. In my first au pair role, I was in a pool house at the back of the house, and that was ideal because I do get some separation from the main house, but in its entirety I was still part of the same house. So even though I had time to myself by closing the curtains, sometimes, for example, I can still hear the family, I can still hear what's going on outside, and they could still see what I'm doing or what I'm up to. So it can be quite challenging in that way because you're never by yourself. So you should definitely discuss boundaries and expectations with your host family, whether they expect you to, eat with them, whether you want to, whether you can call friends over, and how many, if that, to ensure that you have some personal time and downtime to yourself as well. Another pro is that you get to have childcare experience while you're au pairing. If you're interested in childcare or education, au pairing is a great way to gain hands-on experience. You'll learn valuable skills in caring for children like patience, managing routines, and handling responsibilities. This experience can be a very valuable addition to your resume, especially if you plan to work in childcare or with children in the future. I know now that I can always work with kids, so I can always babysit or offer some household help to families if I want on the side, because I have that au pairing experience, which is very valuable because you were actually living with the family. So you'll definitely be qualified for any babysitting opportunities, and it will be a great reference. I know now I can go and find a babysitter.com or Juggle Street and connect any potential families that I want to work for with my au pair family, so they can have a chat about me and I can secure those roles really easily. One con of au pairing, as you might have heard, is potential mismatches in personalities of the au pair and the family. Sometimes it's just not a great match, with everything that everyone expects. I know there are a lot of au pair horror stories, especially because you are part of a household, so it can be tricky to navigate. And not every au pair placement is a perfect match. Sometimes differences in expectations, parenting styles, or communication can lead to conflicts between the au pair and the host family. It's crucial to communicate openly with your host family and address any issues early on. And if they can't be sorted out, it just can't be sorted out. It's just not a great fit. Finding the right family is key to a positive experience. And don't feel bad if it doesn't turn out how you expected in the end, because you never could have known. Initially, things might seem one way, but in practice, it might be different. But on the upside is the flexibility and free time that an au pairing role can offer you. Many au pair roles offer flexibility in your schedule, allowing you free times, whether in the day to explore Australia, pursue hobbies, or even take language classes. I know when I was au pairing, I was running a social media side business as well. I was also studying at uni, and when my uni schedule changed, I know they were very open and accommodating to that, because they can always fill in the gap if their work allows them to do as well. But I know after I dropped off the kids in the morning, I always had the day to do whatever I want, and then in the evening I just had to pick the kids up and do the evening routine. So in that time you're free, you can do whatever you want. In my other au pair role, I was only working 2 to 3 days a week, and all the other time I had free time to either pursue YouTube or any other job or passions that I had. This balance between work and leisure makes au pairing an attractive option to those looking to experience a country beyond just work. With that also comes work-life balance challenges. The boundaries between work and personal times can blur in an au pair role. Since you live where you work, it might be challenging to fully disconnect from the duties, leading to burnout. Clear communication with your host family about your work hours and free time is essential in maintaining a healthy work-life balance. I know in my second au pair role they wanted to change that, and I realized I would have much less free time than I anticipated. So, you know, put it all out there, because out of this experience you're also looking to work out things on your own. So be sure that it's not burning you out or diverting you from the goal of why you initially thought about au pairing. I know some people au pair to reduce costs, some people au pair to travel a new country, some people au pair to pursue other passions so they can have free time to do what they want while they live where they work. But overall, I've had a great time au pairing in Australia. It's offered me so much more than I can express. While I don't like to mention it as a con, but kids can be hard to manage as well, which can lead to emotional distress. Overall, I've had a very enlightening and rewarding experience au pairing, but you should not negate the challenges. By understanding the pros and cons, you can make an informed decision that's right for you. So thanks for watching, and if you found this video useful, please like, share and subscribe for more content about living and working abroad in Australia. Good luck with your au pairing journey, and let me know if you have any questions. See you next time.